SCV, which stands for Space Construction Vehicle, is our main unit and probably the most important one in the entire Terran army. It's not just for gathering resources and building structures. No, it's much more than that. The complexity of this unit goes far beyond what meets the eye. It's the unit with the most abilities in the entire game. It's also the only unit in StarCraft that is both biological and mechanical at the same time, so it can be repaired by another SCV and also healed by medics. Among the main workers of each race, it has the most hit points. We also shouldn't underestimate its potential in attack and defense. It's quite a decent fighter. If you let it fight 1 versus 1 against a Marine with no micro, the SCV will come out victorious. This makes it useful for defending against a Zergling rush, or even for executing a bunker rush against Zerg. With 60 hit points, it can also serve as a human shield against early Dragoon attacks from the Protoss. Since, being a small unit and with the Dragoon's explosive attack, it takes 6 shots to kill an SCV. If you don't know why this is the case, I recommend the video I've linked above, where I explain how damage works in StarCraft in detail. Maybe you've seen an SCV repairing one of your structures and thought, "Damn, SCV, you're amazing, I love you." But do you really know what's going on behind this process? You might see them gathering resources for you, working hard to keep a stable and growing economy, but do you know exactly how they do it and how to optimize this process? In this video, I'm going to explain in detail how all the SCV mechanics work. We'll take a closer look at it, and I'll tell you why it's probably the most complex unit in the game. Here we go. Although these little workers don't seem very complex at first glance, and we know they help us gather resources and build our empire, a closer analysis reveals that they technically have 6 abilities. Repair, gather resources, return cargo, build basic structures, build advanced structures, halt construction. Let's analyze each of them. Gathering resources. This function is much more complex than it seems. We probably all know that we need to build a good number of SCVs to increase our resource income. But did you know there's a precise formula for optimizing this process? Did you also know that among the probe, the drone, and the SCV actually has the worst gathering rate of the 3? While a single probe can gather an impressive 68.1 minerals per minute, a drone gathers 67.1 minerals per minute, and the poor SCV can only gather 65 minerals per minute. Well, this isn't because the SCV has a slower movement speed than the other two, nor because it takes longer to mine the resource from the mineral patch. It's actually due to the command center, which, because of its shape and size, makes it a bit harder for the SCV to deposit the minerals inside, causing the SCV to take a small and almost imperceptible pause on each return. This pause is technically caused by the SCV's acceleration and deceleration. Like other Terran units, such as the Vulture or the Wraith, the SCV reaches its top speed a little after igniting its thrusters, which it has to turn on and off each time it starts and stops moving. This small pause slightly delays its work. But anyway, let's get to the important part: how to maximize your resource gathering on a standard map with 9 mineral patches. Let's analyze the following table. Although it looks like a lot of numbers, don't worry. I'll explain it in a very simple way. If we have 9 mineral patches and 9 SCVs gathering, meaning 1 SCV per patch, and as I explained earlier, each SCV can gather 65 minerals per minute. This means that after 1 minute, we'll have collected 65 minerals times 9 SCVs, which gives us a total of 585 minerals. Easy, right? Now we just need to look at the right column, where we see the highest amount of resources gathered, and find out how many SCVs we need to achieve optimization. The highest number is in the last 2 columns, with a total of 1,285 minerals per minute using 27 and 29 SCVs working for us. This means that after having 27 workers on 9 patches, we no longer gain extra resources. So we've reached saturation here. Adding more SCVs wouldn't provide any additional return. So, to put it simply, 27 SCVs mining on 9 patches gives us a total of 3 SCVs per patch, which is where we reach our saturation point. Although any number between 2.5 and 3 SCVs per patch is a good range for maintaining a stable economy. Repair. You probably know that SCVs in StarCraft can repair mechanical units and damaged buildings. But did you know they don't repair them in the same way, at the same speed, or for the same cost? Let's look at this example for the time it takes to repair 100 hit points on a battlecruiser, a barracks, and a factory. The repair time for the battlecruiser is much slower, but why? The repair speed depends on the construction time and the total hit points of the unit or structure. If multiple SCVs are repairing at the same time, the repair speed increases as their efforts add up. The formula to calculate repair speed is where R is the repair speed in 1 hit point per second. HP is the total amount of hit points of the unit or building. T is the construction time at the fastest speed. All right, let's make it simpler. Let's crack the numbers, replace them in the formula, and explain what happened. The battlecruiser has 500 hit points and takes 83 seconds to build, so its repair rate would be 5.4 hit points per second. The barracks has 1,000 hit points and a construction time of 50 seconds, which gives us a repair rate of 18 hit points per second. The factory has 1,250 hit points and 50 seconds of construction time, so its repair rate would be higher, with a result of 22.5 hit points per second. Okay, this is clear to us, but in this life, nothing is free, so what about repair costs?
Life is good.
Do you have my money?
What?
Do you have my money?
The formula here is more complicated because it not only considers repair time, but it also varies from unit to unit and depends on each one's total resource cost. To simplify, as a general rule, you need to remember that each second an SCV is repairing a unit will cost you 1 mineral. Additionally, 1 gas will be added if the unit or structure you are repairing required gas to be built. So, to repair a barracks, you only need minerals. To repair a factory, you need minerals and gas. Third ability, return cargo. This ability on the SCV is only active when the SCV has gathered a resource but has not yet returned it to the command center. There's no tricky formula here, so don't worry. However, there is a very specific timing that, if you practice correctly, allows you to press the return cargo hotkey with your first SCVs to make the slowdown they experience when returning less noticeable. You can also practice this at the moment they are about to gather the mineral. Obviously, you can do this only a few times in the first minutes of the game when you have some free time, giving a small boost to your initial economy. Fourth and fifth abilities. Build basic structure and build advanced structure. There are no tricks or difficult math here. However, it's worth mentioning that with good positioning of your structures, you can build almost impenetrable walls for your opponents. This could mean blocking the entrance to your base or protecting your expansion with supply depots and tanks. Also, since some of your structures can fly, you can place some units or structures below them to make it harder for your opponents to target them correctly. Sixth ability. The SCV can like the video and subscribe to the channel. I recommend you follow their example and be like one of them. Alright, now, sixth ability. Halt construction. This unique SCV ability allows you to leave a structure half-built. Although 100% of the resources are spent as soon as the SCV starts building, if you halt construction, you don't get the money back. And if you cancel the structure, you only recover a percentage of the investment. This ability has several uses, blocking Zerg expansions and stealing Protoss gas. If you reach the Zerg expansion before their drone, you can build a supply depot or an engineering bay to prevent the Zerg from expanding. It's better to build the engineering bay, as it will have more hit points when construction is stopped, making it harder for the drone to destroy it. Gas steal against Protoss. If you reach the Protoss base quickly, you can steal their gas, delaying their tech development. Crossing blocked areas. By building a structure, stopping construction, and clicking a few times, the game gets bugged, allowing you to magically pass through minerals. Saving SCVs under attack. If an SCV building something is under attack, you can move it to a safe location. Just use the halt construction command when the SCV is in danger, and once it's safe, quickly return it to construction. This can make it seem as though you control where it builds. Due to all these reasons, for me personally, the SCV takes the spot as the most complex unit in all of StarCraft Brood War. And for you, which unit would you say is the most difficult to understand? Let me know in the comments, and maybe my next video will be about that. This was StarCraft Explained. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.